What up, y'all? Let me get this thing situated real quick, and then we're gonna rock with it. We on spilling tea. What up, y'all? Y'all enjoy that episode? Let me post this comment real quick, and then I'll get Crystal on. Nice, y'all getting on quick. Man, I gotta catch up. What up, y'all? Thank you for the love. What up, what up? Let me know where y'all hopping in from. What up, y'all? All right, let me bring Crystal in real quick. Or at least call her in. In the meantime, what do y'all think of the episode? Post some comments. I want to hear what y'all thought. Don't be destroying Aaron though either. Show him some love. He could use some love, that's all. Awesome, appreciate the love, y'all. Nice. Ohio in the house, Texas in the house. Who else we got? Jacksonville in the house? Yeah, it was intense, right? Legit. I appreciate it. You shouldn't have. It's just crazy, man. Oh, your team, Zach? All right. It's fine. It's fine. I won't take it personal. I'll just cry about it later. It's fine. All right, Crystal's coming. We're gonna dive into some topics for y'all. Chicago in the house. I see you. London, 2 a.m. Thank you for rocking with us at that time. I appreciate it. Her Crystal, like, yo, Chris is in the building.
How are you?
I'm phenomenal. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
How was that episode?
Crazy.
Oh
Crazy.
my God. Oh my God.
Legit. Everyone's been digging it though. It's been cool.
Good.
Yeah. So what's your journey been like? Let's dive into some gloriouses. I want to hear some stuff from your end. How's it been um, witnessing Fatima's journey now as you watch it and seeing her more, more in the mix? How do you feel about what you're witnessing as the story unfolds?
Oh my goodness. It's amazing to watch. Last season I really didn't know who she was because we were just creating her.
Yeah.
And this season, I really got a feel of who Fatima is, where she's from, her background, some things that she's been through. So to see it all unfold is crazy.
Legit.
And we shoot so fast. So when we're watching it, I'm literally like, oh, that's what happened. Like, it's like watching it for the first time.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
we shoot crazy fast. And how was that for you? Like the filming experience of that all that content in a short amount of time. And then what's it like when you're seeing it after you went through the whole thing, but express both of those, I would say. What was it like shooting
Right.
it and then seeing the story unfold?
Right. Shooting it was an absolute whirlwind. Um, I didn't know if I was coming or going, and I really had to really focus in on different emotions because we shoot scenes out of order. So I
Hmm.
had to remember where I came from, where I was going, so that it all made sense when they put it all together. And
Straight up.
I remember like the first day I got to set, that first day I had the worst headache when I finished. It was like my brain was like emoji where your brain is like blowing up. That's what my brain felt like. And
Feel that.
I literally slept for an entire week when we finished. I was
Hmm.
so exhausted. And then when we got, that is so funny. Zatima, they already coming
They
up.
already
Yeah,
started. They already
Zatima.
started.
I love it.
Yeah.
Then now watching it is just crazy because it was such a whirlwind. Like I
Hmm.
forgot, like it happens so fast, and then when you see it come together on TV, it's like, wow, it's so beautiful. I love how the story is coming together. So it's
Yeah.
really dope to see. I'm
Straight
excited. I
up.
love this season. I'm loving everything about it. Hey,
Yeah. Very
Ian.
much so. Yeah, everyone's been showing me love. As soon as I got on, people were talking about, I want to see Zach and Fatima. So it's already started, the
It's
journey.
amazing. It's just amazing. We're all here. I'm actually at Brian's house right now, and
Oh,
Anthony's
dope.
here. Deval is here. His wife and his kids. Mignon is here.
Nice. Y'all got the
Um,
whole squad together.
yeah, and Brian. We're at Brian's house, so Brian's here first.
Dope.
But yeah, we did Taco Wednesday instead of Taco Tuesday.
Nice. Taco
Yeah.
every day. That's the standard I live
Yes.
by.
Exactly. I love tacos. Oh my gosh.
Right. So I want to throw some questions your way to get you to explore. I want to hear some stuff from both Crystal and Fatima's vibe. All
Okay.
right.
All right.
So knowing kind of the way that Fatima holds it down for, for Andy, the way she did in season one, and now kind of how she shows up now. And obviously there's more to uncover. One of the questions that was proposed was, from your perspective, in what ways do you kind of maintain healthy boundaries that you're being a supportive friend, but not, putting yourself in harm's way, or also maintaining your own peace and well-being? It's like, when do you draw that line, or what kind of things would you do to make sure those boundaries are honored? Like, I got you, but I got to make sure I'm straight too.
Right. Okay. So for Fatima, I would say with Andy, she does kind of. I think she was a little out of line when she took Gary over to Andy's house last season. That was crazy.
Yeah, I
She
concur.
pushed it. She kind of that was. I think she was definitely pressing the envelope with that one. That was crazy. I'm like, wow, she really about to. I couldn't even believe I was doing it. So that
Legit.
was funny, but I think mainly just I it's funny because I've done some things on the show where I definitely probably could have lost my job. I risked a lot for Andy.
Straight up.
I risked a lot. Even just telling her what I heard the boss is talking about, I was always
Hmm.
keeping her to know because I hear everything.
Right.
Um, so that was, I think, that, and then taking that man to her house was probably like one of the craziest things I could have ever done. Probably not a smart move, but I think it did show her that I was willing to do whatever for her, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I think this season, I have so much of my own things going on. You see that I work with a nonprofit, so I have other things going on where I'm not so engulfed in what Andy has going on. You know, I got my
Yeah.
own things going on, so that it helps keep a healthy boundary there as well. Now that I got
Yeah.
some of my own business, because season one,
Exactly.
her business was my business. What you got going on? Okay, that's what we had going on.
Yeah,
But
straight
now I got my
up. What
own.
we got going on today.
Right. I was that friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
All
this
right.
season I got my own thing, so it's cool.
100%. Oh, TP showed up. He said, Patty is showing you love.
Oh
Hey.
my God! Shout out to the most amazing boss. Tyler Perry is in the building. Oh my, what an honor!
Straight up.
Wow.
I
I
love
love this
it.
man so much. Y'all don't even understand. Y'all do not understand. I mean, you
I
probably can
second
guess,
that.
but we just love you, Tyler. Thank you.
100%.
Like,
Yeah,
I
so
wouldn't
much
even be
love.
here if it wasn't for this man. Oh my God. Wow. I can't believe you
What?
stopped by. That just made my night. Wow.
Nice. I love it. Yeah, you deserve it. They love it. We're all in it. You're doing it.
He's seen me from when I was just trying to figure things out, and he didn't even know that's what I wanted to do. So,
Hmm.
for him to bless me with this opportunity, I um I still wake up and pinch myself. I'm like, I'm on
Straight up.
TV. Like, little girl
Yeah.
from Martin, Tennessee. Where is that?
I love that.
Nobody
Yo, you know what?
knows.
Speak to that a little bit. Yeah, like what's the journey been like for you? If this is something you wanted to do, the avenues that you took it, and then the opportunity, showing up for you. What was that journey like for you, and what would you share with everyone that's kind of on that similar journey of having those dreams and things they want to do and having to navigate the journey of life for that? Speak to that a little
Yeah.
bit for everybody.
I came from a very small town in Tennessee called Martin, Tennessee. I actually see some of the people I went to college with in here. Sharika Holmes is in here. Wow. Um, but yeah, I'm super small town, and it was a place where you only thing you had to do was to dream, because there
Mm.
was nothing there, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
big on family. It was very close knit town where everybody, your neighbor was your family. But I always felt like um, I was not bigger than my town, but like I just knew I was just ready to bust out. Like I knew that's not where it wasn't where I belonged. And
Yeah.
I remember as a child, even like 5 years old, recording Janet Jackson videos, doing her routine,
Yes.
giving acceptance speeches from the award shows. Like I had won the award. I
Yeah.
remember doing all that as a child. So it was something that was planted in me. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, it's definitely my destiny. And I went to college. Once I got out of college, I moved to DC, and just because that was the responsible thing to do, you know, you try to
Mm-hmm.
follow your parents' guidelines and like go to school, get a degree, get a good job, and get insurance. Have a good life. That was the Southern way to do things, and
Yeah.
I, I I did the education and got a good job. Still haven't got the family part down yet, but
It's coming.
that's
It's coming.
another
You work that out.
conversation for
Yeah.
another day, though. Um,
I love it.
so did that, and then after 2.5 years on Capitol Hill, oh, come here, come here. Oh, that was mignon. um, After 2.5 years on Capitol Hill, that's when I realized that I just felt like I had so much more to offer the world. And I literally called my uncle. I had no plan. I just knew that I had to get out of DC, get to Atlanta, because Atlanta, everything was popping. Every person I
Mm-mm.
knew, I had so many friends that were successful down here. And I was like, I got to get to Atlanta. And it was closer to home. I was
Yeah.
13 hours away from my hometown. So Atlanta, I'm 5 hours away. And I called my uncle. I said, "Hey, uncle, I want to move to Atlanta. Can I stay with you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got an extra bedroom. You can stay." Moved to Atlanta, no job. I had no idea what I was going to do. I started pursuing music, started pursuing acting. I was doing background work. I
Mm-hmm.
remember on Stomp the Yard 2, I was sitting under a tent in the rain. And like people
Nice.
think it's so glamorous. It was nothing glamorous about this. I was an extra in
Right.
Stomp the Yard 2, and Will Packer was producing and Rob Hardy was directing it. And in this movie, Pooch Hall was like a senior in the movie, and they came outside and like, "Hey, girl in the orange jacket, come here." And I'm like, they're like, "You come here." So I go inside and they're like, "Well, Pooch is a senior and he doesn't have a girlfriend, so we're gonna make you his girlfriend. So anytime you see Pooch, we'll see you in the movie." I was like, "Okay, cool. I'll take it. A little bump to feature background. Cool."
Straight up. Straight
But
up.
that in turn built a relationship. Shout out Will Packer, who's married to my cousin Heather Hayslett
Nice.
Packer, and
I
at that
love
time
that.
they were married. But now it's funny, he married my cousin, and Rob Hardy, who's an amazing director. That in turn like made other opportunities happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started getting a little taste, you know what I'm saying, of everything. And I was watching the greats, and then um, I was doing music, and I got offered to work at Tyler Perry Studios as a production assistant. So that's how I went from music and trying to get some auditions, wasn't even booking, wasn't getting a call back. It
Yeah.
was tough. Like was the grind. Like for
Mm-hmm.
a whole year, I couldn't get a job. Like it was a really hard time in my life where I was trying to just figure things out. It's like you got this degree, you go from making great money on Capitol Hill to literally rock bottom.
Yeah.
So and it was like I was literally trying to build everything back up from the ground. And I feel like for the first 2 years, I felt like I was cursed. I was like, nothing is happening. I felt really bad. And
Yeah.
when I started working at Tyler Perry Studios in 2013, is when I felt like, okay, I want to act, and now I can be in a job, an occupation where I can actually still study great actors, and I'm you know what I'm saying, making money. So this is a
Nice.
win-win for me.
Straight up.
So I had Crystal Fox to watch. I had Tika Sumter that I was watching every day. I had,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Angela Robinson, all these amazing actresses that I was able to just watch and study for years. And then I became the costume designer. Totally, this is like not the way my route was, not the normal route. That's why it's such a cool story.
Yeah.
But I got a call one summer asking if I wanted to be the costume designer for the studio, and I was like, ooh, because at this time I was starting to get callbacks. And you know when you start
Straight
getting
up.
callbacks,
Yeah.
casting directors, they're like seeing me, they're like, ooh, call Crystal in for this. You know, I was
Yeah.
getting there, but I wasn't booking. So it was a crossroads of, do I take this job and have a stable lifestyle, or because I knew Tyler's gonna be working. Like if I
Mm-hmm.
take this job, I'm good. And so I was like, okay, let me think about it. I prayed about it, and I took the job. And then not even a month later, I got called to be Tyler's personal stylist. And never
Nice.
told Tyler that I wanted to act. He never knew that I had auditioned for his shows, anything. And this is a
Legit.
testimony to anyone out
Yeah.
there who thinks that because I didn't, I auditioned for 2 shows, didn't book them. And when he offered, I told him this recently, when he offered me the styling job, I thought that he offered to me because he thought I couldn't act. But he never he never saw the audition. He said, I never knew.
That's
But it just,
amazing.
but it
Yeah.
just goes to show that even if he saw it and was like, that's not for you, that's not who I want to book for this, but for that role, which is his prerogative, his business,
Yep.
that doesn't mean that whatever dream is stirring up in me isn't still valid and is not what I'm supposed to do. Because
Yep.
look at me now, you know.
Exactly.
It was a true testament of staying the course, and I didn't audition for anything for the 5 years that I was styling Tyler. Never told him I wanted to act. I just kind of put that dream aside and really
Mm-hmm.
focused on him, focused on the studio, and I was happy with that because I was still in a creative space.
Yeah.
But when that script for Sisters came out, baby, when I tell you I
Uh-huh.
wrote that thing and that thing spoke to me, it was beautiful, and that's when
Yeah.
he was like, "I got something for you," and he's like, "I'm not gonna give
Love
it to
it.
you. You got to work for it." And I said, "Sir,
Yep.
I will not let you down." And it's a blessing just to have him in my corner, have him as a cheerleader for me, and to be proud of me because that's one person I did not want to let down
Yeah,
because
for
he
sure.
and so
I love
that's
that.
how
Look at
I got
that story, yo.
to.
Ah, yes.
Long
Yes.
story
I love
long.
it. Long
It's a
story
long story
long.
short.
All
Long
right.
story
But it
long.
lands, you know what I mean? It's like it's so powerful because it's so easy to look at where you are and feel frustrated
Yeah.
and not realize that that's a part of your story, not the end all be all to it. And that when you're aligned in spaces, no matter what, those moments can come and they come in
Yeah.
all kinds of different ways. It's not always what we expect, but to keep just following your heart. So even like you said, going into that wardrobe space, it's like you still have that creative space and that energy with it, as opposed to being the wardrobe stylist and just being frustrated. And then even Tyler's like, well, I don't want to work with someone who's just walking around frustrated all the time. But you're like, no, I'm here, giving my all. And then it opens up more spaces for you. And that's so powerful because that was,
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you're what I noticed when season one, when you were still doing the wardrobe stylist, it was like your attention to detail and your framework of character, like this is kind of how I see it. It was like it was so prevalent. And if that's the energy that you bring to your creative spaces, which you did as you brought to Fatima, it's like that speaks to the nature of what was in you, regardless of where you were applying it. And that's the type of thing that carries over. And next thing you know, here you are doing your thing. That's so cool. I love your
Yeah.
story.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Yeah, that first season was crazy having the design
It,
and hey
and act.
bro, Mark is
Yeah.
in the building. I love you, Mark. Um, no, that's so true. That was a tough season. Like I was going crazy because I had to make
Yeah.
sure you guys were good. And then I'm on set doing my scenes, but I'm looking at KJ making sure her dress is right. Like I'm making sure
That's
she got
true.
her earrings, her necklace okay. Like I'm still
Yeah.
paying attention to everything. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's
thank you for that. So let's do this.
okay.
If what are what are three things that you hope, or say that you wanted to bring to Fatima, that you hope carry over to the fans? Like, what do you want them to feel and receive from what you brought to Fatima when they
Yeah.
watch it?
Oh, somebody said, I thought Fatima was going to steal $5,000.
Like, dang, Fatima grimy, yo. Oh.
Hey,
That's funny.
that is funny. Um, but no, things that I want people to take from Fatima would be just her loyalty, which I think is something everybody loves about Fatima, that she's a ride or die.
Without question.
Um, I want them to eventually see that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to let down your guard, because I think as women today, we feel like we have to be so hard and so tough because we've been hurt, or
Yeah.
just a protective mechanism or a defense mechanism. And I think that would be something that I'd want them to take from her. And then also that you can be strong and be soft at the same time. You can, what I'm saying, not take any mess,
Yes.
and have your boundaries and know who you are and stand firm in that, but also
Hmm.
still be a lady with it.
Exactly. I love that. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Oh, so important. I actually just had an event I was facilitating on masculine and feminine energy before we got on this live. And part of what I teach in that respect is exactly that. It's understanding that the journey we're on in life is knowing how to live in our fullest authentic expression. And that
Mm.
means that we understand that there's spaces where it's important for us just to be able to surrender and feel held and be in the softness of us. And then there's times where we have to be assertive and in command, and knowing how to dance in both is how you
Ooh.
live in the most authentic expression of you.
Talk
You
to
know what I
him.
mean?
Come on now. Let me
Oh,
tell y'all
shit.
something. Me and season one, Kevin and I, his fittings, we had some deep conversations in there.
Straight up.
Some like I love your thought process, and you always dropping jewels. I love that.
I
Yeah,
appreciate that.
that's a good one. Yeah.
For sure. So I love it. And I think, Fatima's character really brings that to life. I think people will start to get the gauge of that more too as more episodes revealed and kind of the things that reveal about you. It's like knowing that there's things that you even speak to as a character, which I won't give away yet. Y'all got to watch the show for. But it's like there's moments where you speak to that of, you know, you're about your business, you're independent, you do your thing, and there's spaces of softness that you want to feel. And I feel like that's, like everyone wants that. Even
Yeah.
the most boss bout it, run the show woman still wants to be able to have those moments where she can surrender into her partner's arms and like let it all go for a
Yes.
moment. You know what I mean? And
Yes. Oh my
yeah, so I
goodness.
feel like you speak to that a lot when your character comes through, and people will see that. So I love it. I love it.
So
Yeah.
excited.
So let's see what else they got in this stuff. I want to ask something that's then something more for Crystal.
Okay.
Um, Extra advice on being there for yourself before you can show up for others. Actually, this is dope. I'd like to hear this from your perspective as Crystal. So the way that you show up with the team and how you understand the way that she showed up with Andy,
Hmm.
in that space for you, when it comes to you and the way you show up in your friendships, um, how, like, what would be what do you do with yourself first to make sure that you're solid before you can properly extend to your friends? Or do you find yourself like, often disregarding yourself to be there for others? Do you find like which space do you find yourself in most, and what do you think is the most important thing to do in that space?
Yeah. I'm a Libra, so I'm all about balance.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm all about balance. And I believe that there was a old church song that's called "Sweep Around Your Own Front Door Before You Try to Sweep Around Mine." And
Hey.
so I feel like if you don't have yourself together and you're not aligned with, what I'm saying, whatever you're supposed to be doing and just really centered, you can't help other people. And
Yeah.
it's not going to be received the right way because they're going to be looking at you like, girl, how you telling me that you're a hot mess? So I think it's always best to make sure that you're good, and then you're able to help others. But
Yeah.
I have to tell my friends sometimes. I actually just had a conversation with a younger friend of mine, and I said, I'm not going to keep wasting my time giving you advice if you're not going to listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I think you're at a point where some things you have to learn on your own, just like I did, because I
Yep.
was there.
Yep.
Where things that somebody may tell me because they've been through and they're trying to save me from that heartache, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, okay, but I went ahead
Yeah.
and did it my way and ended up getting my heart broke. But
Mm.
I'm like, I'm not going to keep telling you this until you listen to me. You know, because I'm trying to save you. And every time I tell you something's going to happen, that's what happens. I feel like my mom.
It's like,
No.
oh,
What?
oh.
Because she would always say something like, that's
Yeah.
not going to happen. And then it would happen. I'd be like, are you
Yeah.
sick? Like, what? Um, but yeah, that's I think that's the main thing. Just making sure
Yeah.
that you are together before you try to help other people.
100%. That's the most healthiest thing to do. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Take that in, you guys.
Because you'll be exhausted, like trying to,
Exactly.
if you're not together and don't have that time for yourself, you will be exhausted trying to make sure everybody else is good.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's always the contradictory thing, even though we talk a lot about, like, people still talk a lot about how sacrifice is the most loving thing to do. And it's literally the exact opposite. It's like what I talk about a lot is that it's dedication over sacrifice. That when you're
Yes.
dedicated, that means that you're making sure that you are as optimal as you can be to show up in the spaces that matter to you.
Yes.
And and knowing that true support is encouraging people's growth, not enabling their limitations.
Mm.
So when you share,
Preach.
it's like I'll share this with you, and I want you to apply it. If you don't apply it, at some point I got to let you do your thing. So either way, you'll get the message, and that's the most loving thing you can do. And I saw someone's question of how do you like not get overwhelmed by that? It's knowing that for everything that you share, for everything you do, the point of it is not that people depend on you. It's that they use that energy to then do for themselves. And if they're not doing for themselves, you got to be able to honor that out of love and say, to this point, you got to make these decisions for you because there's no way for me to keep doing this stuff for you if you're not going to take it. And
Right.
and that's where we can let go of the sacrifice mode and go, that's literally me being dedicated to seeing you thrive and also
Yes.
to my own well-being because that's the most synergistic, healthiest, optimal thing we can do as beings. So I feel that.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
love it. Yes,
Yeah.
BT, he is dropping gym after gym after gym. That's what he does.
So
You
we
guys
do
know, you need
standards.
to follow him. I'm just saying.
Straight up.
And you
Like,
can hire him because he does this for a living.
hey, you feel I love it.
Thanks, plug.
Well, thank you for rocking with me today. What's so let's leave some parting words. What would you say is um the key message you feel like this show offers people? And then what's one nugget of wisdom you want to leave with everybody tonight from your
Okay, the
perspective
key message this
that you feel like
episode.
this episode offers? What do you think it was?
Um, hmm.
Or the show in general? Like, what do you think this type of show gives people insight for?
I feel like this show in general just gives everyone, especially people of color, um, an opportunity to see themselves. I see so many people that are fans of this show because they can relate to it. You know, it's so relatable. They see us and I actually had an interview with somebody and she was like, it's funny. She was like, because I see myself in your character. And this
Legit.
is funny. People can really like take into your character like, oh, that's me. I'm Fatima, you know, or I'm Andy. I'm Danny.
Yeah.
I'm Aaron. You know what I'm saying? A guy may be like, yeah, that's Aaron. That's me. You know? So I love the fact that we are giving us a chance to see us.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I
And
love
if I had a message for everybody, don't have nothing to do with the show, but I need y'all to get out and vote. Yeah. I need y'all to, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't, to do it. Time is
hmm
winding down. So yeah, get out and do that. It's very important. Our lives depend on it. It really
Love
does.
it.
So let's do it.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I love that. I'm gonna compound that. Yes. Y'all, like that's what I'll leave with too before we sign off, and I'll have Crystal share her. So make sure you follow her because she's an awesome human being. Um,
Oh,
like, go out there and vote. Here's one important fact of voting. It's you sending energy in the direction you want it to be. Like, because obviously voting isn't the end all be all, right? Voting is one aspect. The other is that we live the standard we're asking for. So it's vote and then step the fuck up to what you want to see in the world. And if you're
That's
channeling
right.
energy in that direction, you then can set the standard. But when you're not engaged in the game, like when you go, well, nothing's going to change, I don't care. That
You can't
neglect,
talk about it.
exactly.
Yeah.
That neglect brings us to why these are our only two options. Just so we're clear.
Yep.
Like we can set a different
Preach.
standard of being involved. You feel me? So if you start getting involved now, this is how we generate the energy. And then our generation starts to set a standard and precedence of here's where I channel my energy for what I want to see right now. And here's how I live it to become the standard of what we'll be doing beyond this. So go out and vote, y'all, and then
Please,
live
y'all.
it. And then live it. You feel me?
Yes. I
Yeah. So
love
thank
that,
you for that.
Kevin.
For sure. We all
God,
in.
I wish I could speak like you, Kevin. You're just so profound and on point
Hey,
all the
but you
time.
do. You be dropping them nuggets, Crystal. I see you. You be getting it. You got this.
I do what I can. I do what I can. I do what I
Indeed.
can. No, but no, for real. Like I love your message. I love what you stand for and all that good
Appreciate
stuff.
it. Immensely. I appreciate it. Yeah. So how can everybody see more of you in the social world, in life? How can they follow you, connect with you, hit them with where you at?
Yes, I'm on Instagram at love. That's LUV Crystal Renee. And then I'm on Twitter at I am Crystal Renee, and my Facebook is just Crystal Renee. And hi, Marquise, my brother's in here too. I gotta show love. He always gets on my lives. Love you, bro.
I
I know
love
I get on people's nerves when I be doing like how we trying to shout at everybody, like, hey, hey,
it. I love it. Nice. Well, thank you for hopping on here with me. Everybody,
I
thank you for
appreciate
joining
you.
us. I
Thank you guys,
appreciate
and thank
you.
you guys so much for watching. We love you guys so much.
We do.
Sisters
Yeah,
fans are the best, man. Like y'all be riding for us. Love you guys so much.
for real. Even when you be going in on us, or at least when you be going in on me and Aaron. Either
No, I
way, I
haven't.
love
I
y'all.
haven't not had the honor of that yet. They loving me right
They
now.
love you.
I
I'm
want to
telling you,
keep
you
it
get
that
all the
way.
love.
I don't
Yeah,
want no
you get
drama
all
with nobody.
the
I just want, I just love the love. I don't want
straight
nobody.
up. I
But
love
it's
it.
funny too. I guess it's fun too when they can kind of hound you because that means you're playing your character. You know.
Exactly.
You
Right.
know.
If they hate you, you're doing something right. They're like, ugh.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, thank you for rocking with me, and we'll keep it going strong. Love you immensely. Give my love to everybody over there too that y'all rocking
I
with.
will. I
I
will
love
when I
that you're
go hang
together.
out for sure.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you,
Thank you
Kevin. Thank you,
guys.
BT.
Thank you, BT. Thank you, Tyler Perry. Right. We love
Yes,
y'all.
Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
BT, Michelle Sneed, Mark
Yeah.
Swinton,
Mark.
the
Yep.
whole TPS fam, Derek Deuce. We love y'all.
Have a beautiful night. I'll see you soon.
All right, love you guys.
Love
Bye.
you.